Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Disband Concord CRIES UPND MANDEVU 2021 candidates. KABWE Mayor warned against sabotaging government's efforts. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Did you know that Constituency Development Fund is a creation of the law? CDF was established by Article 162 of the Constitution of Zambia. Constituency Development Fund was first introduced in 1995 as a tool to facilitate the delivery of public developmental services like schools, health facilities, police posts, water and sanitation points directly to the local communities. CDF is a mandate of the law and not a favor from the ruling government. For more information, visit our website on www.acazambia.org/CDF. Remember, CDF is your money. Take an active part on how it is used and managed. This message is brought to you by the Alliance for Community Action.
And now the media news in detail. Young men in Lusaka have continued to defy all odds and risk their lives by engaging in good courier business using wheelbarrows.
Even before engine-propelled couriers came on the scene in Zambia, wheelbarrow pushers have for a long time been involved in the business. This is the first day. Geoffrey is not wearing his top because of the sweltering heat and hard toil that keeps him sweating profusely. Eyebrows aged and muscles hardened, he pushes a cargo-filled wheelbarrow from Lusaka's biggest open market in Soweto. He is carrying various farm produce for 11 of his clients and moves through the central business district. He is in the company of other wheelbarrow pushers and moves with the traffic of motor vehicles. They move on into the main highway, the Great North Road, and dangerously move in tandem with motor vehicles that include trucks. Their destination is Garden Kanele Market, about 5 kilometers from the central business district of Lusaka. This is the second day and the wheelbarrow pushers are on their usual routine. Today, Geoffrey is wearing a shirt and sometimes he breaks into a jog, and keeping up with him and others is a challenge.
Vehicle is running. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry.
There is an accident. A wheelbarrow pusher has spilled his client's cargo and Geoffrey stops to help. This is not unusual. It happens even to the most hardened.
Look at how heavy that cargo is. Finally. They have nicknamed him the Barefoot Man. He does it barefoot.
We are now on Garden Road nearing our destination. Geoffrey begins dispatching the cargo to his clients. Their clients are marketeers who trade from their homes and others at markets. Usually the traders would purchase their goods at Soweto Market and pay wheelbarrow pushers to deliver. Finally, after an hour, he reaches his destination, which is Kanele Market, and begins to deliver to his clients. There is no telling how heavy the cargo is, but the elongated carrier on the wheelbarrow and the motor vehicle wheel helps to move the merchandise with ease, of course with human strength. Just how did the father of 4 of Konyama compound find himself in this business?
Kizi naenda bupalida batipe wiki kapena wakungeresa kapena kabiri adezi onso bwelera ku nyumba so mzanga ndena bwana ntenga manja tena tiko mimi pesa ku Soweto ndo ni tenya kwa mena matenga abagazi bose suka bikire kumbuyo kalemela kumbuyo sunga ende hapa napo so ni kuvibalansa yakara chepa kati yokuwa ni kwenda distance idali.
On a good business day, he makes 2 trips by hiring the special wheelbarrow at 15 kwacha per day.
Chimozi 10 kwacha katana 2 ni 20 katana chimozi 10 katana 3 ni 30 chimozi 10
Flu ijalodia ni mwenze nayo lero nzingati.
Yeah. 1 day.
Like many others, he only attained primary school education but earned his living using his own sweat. Wheelbarrow pushers have been nicknamed lions of the city, and whenever they are moving, rumble like run for safety as a pedestrian because they maul everything on their path. Tito Kalama, Camnet News.
Governance Elections Advocacy Research Services Executive Director McDonough Jipenzi has attributed the low voter turnout in the KABWE and KABWE parliamentary by-elections to misinformation surrounding the process.
21st October 2022, which was the new date set by the Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) to hold the KABWE and KABWE by-elections, has come and gone, and the elections have been held despite debates on whether the elections would go on, as some political parties like the Opposition Patriotic Front were left out of the ballot following various court processes on whether fresh nominations should be held. This follows the Electoral Commission of Zambia in August 2022 refusing to accept the nominations of former KABWE lawmaker Boma Lusambo and former KABWE lawmaker Joseph Malanji on the basis that they had caused the by-elections, citing Article 74(2) of the Republican Constitution. The voter turnout in the constituencies has however been low, a situation which Governance, Elections, Advocacy Research Services CRIES Executive Director McDonough Jipenzi says was expected, given the court cases as well as misinformation that the elections would not go on.
Even the Electoral Commission of Zambia, because you saw that as late as yesterday, there were still court cases. So I don't think that they had even time to go and do voter education. Okay, it was very difficult for them. That's why even ballot papers, they had to hold on to see when are we going to be given that chance by the courts that go ahead. So there were so many factors that could have contributed to what. But also, that should not be a big worry per se, and cannot make the elections, in any, make the elections any worse, because in a parliamentary arrangement, it's a simple majority. So even if out of 64,000, for example, for KABWE, if 10,000 turn out and vote, that is enough. A winner will be elected out of those 10,000.
In a separate interview, Operation Young Vote Executive Director Gesh Nerenda notes that the campaign period for the two by-elections was almost non-existent due to the court cases.
So these are basically expected to compound this, voter turnout as it were. But for us, what we are saying is that, look, not turning out to vote or not turning up to vote is actually saying that the person that you don't want to be a leader, it should be a leader.
The contestants in the two by-elections are the UPND, the Leadership Movement, and two independent candidates. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Government has warned KABWE Mayor Patrick Chishala to stop violating already existing laws in a bid to spur his hidden political agenda.
A tug of war has emerged between KABWE Mayor Patrick Chishala and Central Province Provincial Administration. This morning, Central Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Godfrey Chitambala, accompanied by district commissioners from other districts within Central Province, diffused the mayor's directive where he ordered all shop owners in the district to close their shops from 06 hours to 10 hours in order to facilitate the cleaning of the Central Business District by a group of his sympathizers who came in large numbers to clean the town. However, this didn't sit well with the provincial administration, who moved in and ordered the shop owners to reopen their shops, accusing the mayor of being a saboteur who is trying to mutilate the local economy.
Mayor is part of government. I think that it will just be prudent, and surely we know that he understands and he knows, specifically that we have got programs that are set aside for us to clean our seat of government. He knows that. So it's very unfortunate that without even consulting, without even intimating to the PS, even to the minister, even to my office, he goes ahead and inconveniences people.
And Chisamba District Commissioner Joe Mboyoma, who accompanied the DPS, says the mayor has no right to order the shop owners to close their shops without consulting the central government.
The action was wrong in that the decision to do cleaning countrywide was done by central government, not by councils. So if he needed to maybe change how the program should be done, like in KABWE particularly, he should have come to provincial administration, seek audience with the PS, to do anything different from what government had actually put in place. So the whole thing was wrong. He should have consulted before ordering closure of shops, and especially that just last weekend, they were cleaning the shops. So there was no need to do another closure, and this time around ordering all shops to close. That was wrong. He should have consulted with provincial administration.
Petronella Msangulule, reporting for Camnet TV News in KABWE.
United Party for National Development UPND MANDEVU constituency losing candidate Aaron Molope has charged that 70% of judgment made by the Constitutional Court are not genuine and straightforward, hence the need to disband it.
Their displeasure could not be expressed further than this: let the Constitutional Court be trashed and thrown in the dustbin forever, where it belongs. These were the words of 2021 United Party for National Development MANDEVU aspiring candidate Aaron Molope after the Constitutional Court upheld the election of Mao Sampa as the duly elected Matero Member of Parliament. Mr. Molope, who went to offer solidarity to his counterpart Tom Mijelo, who appealed against the High Court decision to declare Mr. Sampa as the MP for Lusaka's Matero constituency, discredited the credibility of the judiciary.
You have to question the judgment and then question the judges. You understand? Because Matero, MANDEVU and Chawama, the evidences were overwhelming. Even these reports that were being said here. But how can the judge, the Concord, say that there is no evidence? You dismiss it off. You understand? Everyone else knows what happened in this country. This is the time of building Zambia. We are trying to build Zambia. But it's pure and true that the Concord is not with people. Concord is serving its own purpose, and this has to be trashed. It has to be thrown in the dustbin forever where it belongs. They've got nothing to offer for this country. Let the truth be told. If the ministers say something wrong, we always condemn. If the president does something wrong, we always condemn. Why not the judges? Are they not human beings? They have made wrong and unreasonable judgment from the time they were put in place. Let them be buried.
In December 2021, Mr. Michelo, unsatisfied with the lower court's judgment that opposition Patriotic Front Matero MP Mao Sampa was duly elected, rushed to the Constitutional Court and appealed on 13 grounds. Mr. Michelo, who had polled 33,598 votes in the 12th August 2021 general elections against Mr. Sampa's 55,612, had claimed that the latter was not duly elected, citing electoral malpractice and violence among other claims. However, delivering its judgment Friday, the court has dismissed all his 13 grounds of appeal, stating that they lacked merit. And giving his view over the judgment, Mr. Mijelo says the outcome of the case is there for everyone to judge, while adding that if given another position to serve the public, he would gladly do so.
I don't know if I'll reach 2026. God willing, probably there can be something better. At times as individuals, we might plan this, which is not God's plan. But should chance allow, I can. If probably the party wishes that I can serve the people, not only in Matero, but as the country as a whole, I can be redeployed elsewhere, I will still serve the people, because mine is to serve.
In the end, it was all joy for Opposition Patriotic Front, Mao Sampa. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Disband Concord cries UPND MANDEVU 2021 candidates. KABWE Mayor warned against sabotaging government's effort. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.